Today we're doing a mock test with Leah the light blower. What do you have? How many sleeves falls do you have on your last one, Leah?
4.
4. So she's going to do another mock test. She's had a test cancelled. When was it supposed to be?
The 19th of August.
So it's supposed to be next week, and they've dumped on her. So they put it back till when?
The 14th of October.
14th of October. But she says she's glad really, so it'll give her more time to practice. So she's looking to beat more than 4 serious faults this one. She's looking to get less than that, sorry. Have you any questions before we start?
No.
Tell me how you check the power steering's working.
When you turn the car on, the steering's light and responsive.
Good, right. We're going to do all the manoeuvres on this mock test and hopefully get a pass out of her. Have any questions?
No.
Go for it then. Go and reverse into the beer. And concentrate and read that road. You, and if you just like to turn right out of here, sorry, do you want to drive into one on the left or the right?
The left.
So if you turn left out of here. Well done, Leah. It's a pass with no faults recorded. Speed's good, observation's good. Accuracy's out a little bit, but it's in between the lines. It looks a little bit worse on video. When you started to turn, you put your half a turn on, which was great. But then you put some more steering on when you didn't really need to. So the golden rule is to make adjustments as and when required. But it's a pass, so great stuff. And then take the next right, and then can you drive it in the gear you reverse it into? You, and then can you just reverse it out to the right? Leah's off to a flying start. I'm feeling confident about this one today. 2 manoeuvres down without a fault recorded. She does come in this one a little bit fast, but Leah, if I was you, I would come in a lot slower than this. You do keep control of it, but when you do it like this, you allow for no margin of error. So just a little bit slow when you come in, but you do keep control. Well done. So we've got 2 manoeuvres done, 2 to go. All right?
Yeah.
You will arrive at your destination at 4:29
So at the end of the
p.m.
road, turn left. Leah, I've not marked this, but if you're going to put a signal on, wait till you get past the learner driver or move out and then put it on. But you're out in the middle a bit, but don't put the signal on left and then move out to pass a parked vehicle. Looks a bit daft to confuzzles other road users. So will you move out, then get past the learner and then put the signal on.
Turn left, Whitfield Court. Then, at the end of the road, turn left.
Leah, you need to use your ears when you're driving this car. The signal comes off and you don't reapply it. I've not marked it because it hasn't affected any other road user. However, had there been other pedestrians or cars about, then I would have given you a reminder error. As my granny used to say, wash the tatties out of your ears. Leah, you're very lucky to get away with this. You have to look for the timing of the signal. I haven't marked it because this black Audi driver could not see your signal. But the black Audi driver has reversed out on the major road without even looking. You've done the right thing by stopping. But when you are asked to turn left at the end of the road, you've got to look for the timing of the signal. Had this driver seen your signal and started reversing, I would have given you a serious fault for this. But the car restarts reverse out without looking. When they see you, they stop. But you stopped also, so they've seen you, you've seen them, and you've got away with it. However, you should not have put the signal on until you got past this Audi. It looks worse in the picture, but you actually put the signal on about a metre away from this side road. So, like I say, I haven't marked it because this Audi driver could not see your signal. But poor observation by the Audi driver. They should be looking. In fact, they should be reversing onto the major road like that. I wouldn't do it that way. But very lucky here, Leah, by the skin of your teeth.
Turn left, St. John's Road.
Is that my fault or? Yes.
You demissed the back window. Thank you.
At the end of the road, turn left, B6300, Brownhill Lane.
Can you pull up in a convenient place on the left?
Yep.
New driver when you feel ready. Nice mirror work here, Lee. When you pull in, I ask you to pull up on the left. You check the middle mirror just by eye movement. Your left door mirror is slight head movement. You see the red car following. You pick a spot and then you put your signal on. Well done with this. But when you stop, you apply the parking brake, which is great. You put it in neutral. But you do leave your signal on, but you cancel it straight away. So not marked, but good mirror work. Nice smooth stop next to the curb. Well done.
Turn left, B6300, Brownhill Lane.
First minor fault for Leah. Leah, you've got the traffic lights on green. That's great. You're in the left lane. You now move out to the right, which is excellent. However, there's no mirror checks. What happens if somebody's overtaking you, like a motorbike or an impatient driver? So you need them mirrors. They're a lifesaver before you move out to the right. So minor fault number 1, mirrors changing direction.
After 400 yards, go right on the roundabout and take the second exit, A167. Right on the roundabout and take the second exit.
All good work from Leah this time. Mirrors nice and early. She gets the mirrors in a couple of times actually. Time of the signal's good. Speed on approach is good. She takes the first available gap, and when she leaves the roundabout, mirrors and signal all at the right time. Good stuff, Leah.
After 400 yards, go right on the roundabout and take the second exit, B6288, Front Street.
More good work from Leah. She clocks the roundabout sign on the left-hand side and realises that you do not give way at the roundabout. So learner drivers, when you approach your roundabout and your entrance onto the roundabout is to the left, that means you normally don't give way. But when it's down the middle, that means you normally give way to the right. Again, mirrors, really impressive. Good time of the signal, speed on approach. It's really good from me this so far.
Go right on the roundabout and take the second exit. After 300 yards, turn right, Durham Road. Turn right.
Again, the mirror signal manoeuvre routine is timed to perfection. She positions into there where the right turn's protected properly. And believe it or not, when she comes to this junction, use learner drivers like to give way to this Golf, this car on the right hand side. I think it's a Golf anyway. You don't give way to them, you just deal with the oncoming traffic. Leah's driving like a pro here. Really good work. Well done, Leah. How are you, Leah? I'm singing your praises here, and then you go and miss your mirrors to pass this parked vehicle. The examiner would be happy with any mirror, the middle or right, but in the perfect world, we want the middle and right. Second minor error because you didn't use your mirrors.
300 yards, turn right, Oxford Road. Turn right.
Leah, this is good work from you here, this mini roundabout. Most learners don't even see this roundabout. But this car to the left, learner drives would just sit and look at that car and give way to it. That car normally gives way to you. Now, you look to the right and you drive straight onto the roundabout, which is all good work. What happens is the signal comes off and you don't reapply it for turning right. That's why I've marked this a minor fault. Had this car not been there, this black car to your left, I wouldn't have marked it. But because the car was there, I would have put that signal back on. So third minor error for Leah.
Cross the roundabout and take the second exit.
Leah, I've not marked this, but you are a bit of an eager beaver here with this white car to your right. I'm all for getting the momentum going a little bit early, but this was a little bit too early. I would have started moving off when the car was getting a little bit further past this. But I've not marked it, but just a bit keen. Leah, what have you done here? I've asked you to follow the road ahead. It's the third exit. Now, you know if you approach a roundabout and there's no road markings, you need to keep the car to the left. You've picked the right, you've gone on the right-hand side of the road. You were doing ever so well, very impressive up until now, but this would be your first serious fault. Leah, you done me dirty here. You do everything right. The lights change to green. You drive in the middle. You stop a metre back from your turning point. Everything is perfect. Then you've got that car coming up straight ahead and you try to wipe us both out. So this would be your second serious fault. Leah records her third serious fault for pulling up on the right. What happens is she pulls up in the middle of the road. Again, it doesn't look too bad on video, but Leah, you didn't give yourself time to drive next to the curb. What you should have done is just drove down where the raised curb is and then just reverse back over the two driveways. That would have been suffice. What happens is, though, you're reversing all over the place and the car's in the middle of the road. Now, I have seen a lot worse than this. I've had people reverse over the other side of the road and stop on the other side of the road. So this is your third serious fault. You should have pulled up parallel to the curb and close to it. But like I say, you pull in the middle of the road and then you just get flustered and you're just wiggling all over the road. Another thing, a good job you reapplied that signal, because you were sitting in the middle of the road as you would expect, waiting for the oncoming traffic. The signal came off and there was a car behind. You did put it back on again, so well done with that. But had you left that off and not reapplied it, you would have get a serious fault for that.
And can you reverse it back to car lengths, keep them really close to the curb?
Move further away.
Just drive on when you're ready. And roundabout, turn right. Second exit. And at the roundabout, turn left.
Minor fault for number 4 for Leah. What happens is the signal comes off and she doesn't reapply it. I think she's gone a bit deaf. So Leah, will you use them ears? Leah's bad habits are creeping in now. What she's doing is she's approaching the roundabout. She's putting her clutch down well before the brake. Then she's putting it into a low gear, but she's still keeping the clutch down. Now, Leah, this is bad driving skills. This will cause the car to skid. Imagine coming to this roundabout and there's a bit of ice on the road or frosty or whatever. The car's gonna skid. There's no engine braking. The technique you should be using approaching this roundabout is to slow the car down with a brake. Once you've slowed it down to the required speed, then you need to change down. You need to match the gear to the speed of the car. That's when you put your clutch down, select the appropriate gear, then bring that clutch back up to the driving point. But you've bad habits coming back where you're just shoving the clutch down and keeping it down. This is not good.
Roundabout, follow the road ahead, it's a second exit.
Nice mirror work from Leah to come back after the bus lane. If you miss your mirrors here, this would be classed as a serious fault because there could be anything coming down that bus lane. So Leah gets a couple of good door mirror checks in here. Remember, Leah, if there's something in that left lane, like a bus or a taxi or a bike getting bigger and bigger and bigger, just let the car or whatever vehicle get past and then move over. If you see something in the door mirror, but it's not getting any bigger, then that means they've left the safe gap to move over.
At the roundabout, follow the road ahead. It's the second exit for Newcastle.
Remember, learners, when you're following the road ahead or at a roundabout, you need to look on approach for road markings because sometimes you might need the right lane. Leah clocks all this and does it all really well. However, a little bad habits come back again, just sticking that clutch down on approach. It's not good, Leah. You want to behave with that one. Again, Leah's mirror work here is very impressive. Learner drivers like to stare in the door mirrors when they change lanes and end up drifting across the road. Leah knows exactly what's behind him to the side. She just a quick glance, has another check later on. It's really good, this, Leah. Well done.
Take the next road to the right. Silver car, sorry. Alright, we're going to do your reverse parking exercise on this car.
Right.
Fifth minor error for Leah. Leah, you need more observation for this. You were going to start reversing and there was a car going past you. So you need to keep looking all around the car. If you have to shunt it forward, you need to look all around the car in case there's a car coming. So more observation with this manoeuvre. Your accuracy is not perfect, but you're getting away with it. You just turned a little bit early on your reference point. But the most important thing is got to be more observations. Very close to being a serious fault is if this car had just been a little bit later. And then just pull up on the left rails. You can pull it in if you want, or you just go around, it's up to you. That'll do. Right. Go on then, how do you think you're done?
I ruined it with the roundabout.
What
No, not the
roundabout?
roundabout, I forgot what they're called.
What?
Because I was waiting in the middle and I went to go and...
The traffic lights.
Mhm.
Right, how many serious faults do you think you've got? How many?
3.
3, what were the 4? Traffic lights, what was going through your brain there?
I just thought that I had to get out before
You do when you get out when there's a gap.
there was a...
There's a car coming, wasn't it?
Oh, I didn't see it.
I noticed that. So I had to duel you there. The other one was, only going straight ahead at a roundabout.
Yeah,
And there's no road markings. Which lane did you pick?
the left,
Which one did you pick?
the right.
Why?
I don't know.
One more serious. I'll work this out. Beer park. Pass no fuzz recorded. Drive into beer, pass no fuzz recorded. So she does the Leah does the beer parking perfect, the driving in perfect. The parallel park was observation fault. She should have looked all around a bit. Then the pull up on the right. Where did you pull up on the right?
I didn't even pull up, did I? I just...
You stopped in the middle of the road, and then you just reverse back. So you've got to pull up next to the curb, haven't you?
Yeah.
So there's 3 serious faults. One for turn right at the traffic lights when you shouldn't have gone. Roundabout going straight, it should be in the left lane. And what was the other? Pulling up on the right, you just pull up in the middle of the road. You know when you had to stop and those cars coming?
Yeah.
When you went over, there was a driveway there, wasn't there? All you had to do was just drive over, past it, and go
then
down.
reverse.
Yeah, just go over the next way. You just stop in the middle of the road. Things to improve on. You're developing, going back your bad habit. What you're doing wrong with the clutch and approach to roundabouts.
Putting it down.
You're going to cause the skid sooner or later. You need to slow down with the brake, put the clutch down when you're ready to change down, and then bring the clutch back up. You keep putting the clutch down, that's you. Your old bad habits coming back. Have you any questions before I turn this off?
No.